What's up, mansion builders? In this episode, I want to talk to you about what is the most important thing to make sure you do before you open your assisted living. So we are about 4 months away from completion of our neighborhood of mansions for the construction. And we've been meeting for about a month with our management team preparing for the new operations companies. So I want to share with you behind the scenes, here's what we've been going through and really the number one most important thing, right? Here's where we started with. There's a whole bunch of things we're going to go through and get through, but you know what? The most important lesson for you to do and start early, this is what I want to share with you because it is going to make you the most amount of money and you'll hit profitability month one. So that most important thing is selling our beds. Right? Our objective is to sell all of our beds. We're building 32 new beds about 10 minutes away from our existing assisted living. So we have existing relationships that I'll share with you about how we're implementing these things. But I want to sell all 32 of those beds and have deposit checks ready to go, move in a wave of grandmas as soon as I get my license. So let's talk through the strategy that we are implementing right now. So Laura and I developed a strategy we call the Strategic 20. And it's essentially how do we get influencers on our side to sell on our behalf. We are not trying to market directly to the grandmas and the POAs that are going to come into our assisted living. We are trying to market to the people that they already go to, right? The industry professionals, the community professionals that they are already having relationships with. We're trying to sell those people so those people can turn around and sell dozens of people on our behalf. So let me break down this strategy because this is something that we've been using for the last few years. And honestly, we have an existing waitlist of 50 plus people. When we check our metrics every single week at our manager meetings, I know that we have 3 new leads come in every single week. I know that we have about 1.5 new tours every single week. And I know that we had about 1 new person to our waitlist who is ready to move in every single week. We don't have the beds to fill, right? We're always full. We had a 98.6% occupancy last year to date, right? So how do we keep a massive wait list and our beds nearly 100% full? It's from this strategy. It's because we literally have leads knocking down our door every single week saying, I want to place mom, I want to place dad. So this is super, super vital that you do this early on the front side. And you can do this while you're under construction. You can do this while you are searching to buy an existing facility. You can do this if you're converting an RAL, a little home conversion. You can start this now. That is my message to you. Get your butt out there and build strategic relationships. So I have 4 different categories for these strategic relationships that I'll unpack. But essentially, I'll share our numbers with you. Here are the people that we have on our list. Here's our relationships. And honestly, from there, we are selling those people. Those people are turning around and selling the people behind them. That's why we are getting so many calls, right? We're not trying to do some one-to-one, let's go and meet all the different grandmas and grandpas in our city. No. We're trying to meet all the industry professionals, build relationships. All the community professionals, build relationships. The people who are paid and the people who are free, right? So let me share my numbers with you because it's 95 people. That is how many are on our list. And this list is broken into 4 different categories. So I'll share what those numbers look like. But out of those 95 people, those are the relationships that we have. We are scheduling tours for all of those relationships, right? Those 95 people are going to sell us dozens and dozens of rooms and send us referrals over the next several years because we have built a relationship with them. So let's break this down. And I think of it as kind of a quadrant, 4 different boxes. And on the top being people that are paid, right? I have to pay a fee for their services, which is fine. On the bottom, it's people that are unpaid, right? I like those ones better. And then it splits left and right. All right, on the left, I have people that are industry professionals. They work in the end-of-life medical industry. On the right, I have people that are in the community. They're not industry professionals. They just live and work near me. They have relationships in our community. So we have these 4 boxes here, right? And ultimately, I kind of do it in sequence. So let me explain what this is. I have people that are in the industry and they're paid, right? And those are usually a placement agents. There's national chains, there's franchises like a Place for Mom, there's a bunch of little mom and pop ones. So we specifically have 8 people on our list for this category, right? Paid industry people. Now, those people, those are relationships that we are able to go and schedule tours with. We don't have a big sign outside of our neighborhood saying, come schedule a tour. We are not going that route. I don't need to schedule tours with everyone in the whole city. I'm scheduling tours with these 95 people who are literally going to turn around and schedule tours on our behalf, right? Because these people get paid and some of them are non-paid. But our 8 placement agents, we're gonna tour them. They're gonna come see the new mansions. They're gonna walk through. We'll sign an agreement to pay them whatever their fee is, and they're gonna turn around and literally blast their list. Every time they get a new lead, they're thinking of us. If they want end-of-life care, if they want new construction, a more expensive option for care, we are their go-to people. They are gonna go and bring me dozens and dozens of leads. And the next part is my unpaid people in the industry. And this is my biggest list. There's 46 existing relationships that we have with people that live and work nearby that are industry experts. They're professionals, they're hospice, they're home health, they're chaplains, they're doctors, they're dentists for end-of-life care people. Everyone who works in our industry, those people here we have on a list also. So we are spending the next couple weeks touring all of these different people, right? In groups sometimes. And these people, they deal with grandmas and grandpas at the end of life every single day. It is their job, right? These are other facility owners. These are rehab marketers. These are hospice nurses that are in people's private homes working with the daughter of the power of attorney, or they're in the other big box facilities that, those residents need the next level of care. And I happen to be that solution. These 46 people will literally give us hundreds of leads over the next year, right? By selling these people. They are here to scratch each other's back. I scratch their back if they do a good job. They scratch my back by sending leads, because honestly, there are so many different levels and sequence of events as you are declining that you'll start an independent living and then move to assisted living, a lighter kind of care. And then you decline from there. And then you get into, again, end of life for assisted living or memory care, right? And as you decline, there are places that can just not take care of you anymore. You're better off over here, right? There's rehabs that are short-term for a month or so. All of these existing relationships, they have their place, right? And they'll help these grandmas and grandpas for a certain season or time, but then they need a different level of care. And our niche is end-of-life care and memory care. We can pretty much take almost every single person. So we bring them in. We don't move them out. They pass at our assisted living. That's why I love this niche. So these 46 people are our bread and butter. We have them. Anytime we have an empty room, I just shoot an email, right? I have my kind of VIP list, the people who send us the most leads and referrals, and we'll send to them first. But after that, if I have an open bed, I can send it to all 95 of our other people. And then we get rooms sold, literally in a day or two. We never have open beds. That's why we had 98.6% occupancy, because I can sell a room in 30 minutes just by sending an email, because I'm not sending it necessarily to all the different grandmas who have toured. I'm sending it to the industry experts that have their own leads. So the next group of people that are on our list are people in the community, not people that work in the industry anymore, people that live in my city and surrounding cities that are unpaid. These are connections that we make. These are people that work for the city, that work in the city, they work for the local nonprofits, or their existing families. Our families, even the ones who have had their mom or dad pass, are our biggest advocates. We get so many referrals from the daughter, from the son, from the nephew that we've taken care of their loved one. They can be the biggest voice for us. My mom was there. She passed, but she was there for 2 years and she got the best care, and they got down on their knees and loved on my mom the way I would, right? We get those kind of raving reviews and referrals from our families. And these are existing relationships that don't just move on after the mom passes, right? Like, you don't just send flowers and that's it. These are existing relationships that we cultivate, because these people, the families, they love to tell about, hey, you know what? When you get to that place with your mom or your dad, go over here. Don't go to that big smelly facility. They suck. Right? I've literally been there, had my mom there. So many times we have families, they've been through 2 or 3 big smelly facilities, and then they come to us through the end of life, right? So these community relationships are so vital. So we have 35 of these people on our list. So we're going to schedule tours with all of them, tour them coming through, even the existing families, right? Because those people, honestly, like all of their girlfriends and friends, right? They're in that same stage of life. They are 65 to 70. They have parents that are 80 to 90 years old, right? All of their friend group, they all have the same problem. Mom needs more care, right? What do I do now? Dad's losing his memory. What do I do now? So all of these people, we are touring. That is what we're doing under construction. That is our plan to sell these beds and get the bed hold fees, right? If you don't charge a bed hold fee or a move-in fee, right? Like you can do that. I know some of the dinky little RALs, they're like, oh, we don't do that, just the big smelly facilities. Man, I do it. It is fantastic. This is where my budget comes in for staging the rooms. This is where my maintenance budget comes in. It's this money, right? You can charge several $1,000s of a one-time fee. It's non-refundable, right? It's just like when you rent an apartment and you pay a first and last, right? Like they use that money to turn the room. I mean, our money is non-refundable, but we use it to turn the room. We also use it to get wonderful leather furniture in every single room. And we stage these rooms that cost thousands of dollars, but we charge that up front. It's not money that comes out of our normal budget. And the last list that we have is in the community and paid. So these are mostly sponsorships, these are nonprofits, these are galas that we go to, and there's about 5 of them that every single year we make sure that we go to the event, we donate to those, and we get on stage, right, at these big galas where there's literally like 600 to 1,000 people from our community that are the right people. These are our customers. These are our avatar that we want to build relationships with, right? These are the people on the other lists. And so now sometimes you don't have the ability to get in front of everyone and say, hey, here's who we are and all these kind of things. Now I can get on stage because I just donated this TV or this trip to so-and-so. And it was part of their game, right? Their fundraiser game. So now we get to go and hand off the prize and make a little spiel. And this is where we get known in the community. This is why the mayor and the city council and all the big players in the community know us, because we're at these events. We're on stage. We're donating to these local charities and nonprofits, and find the ones that are strategically best for you, that you want to support, that do great things in your community. And this is another way where you can get your name out there. So I want to encourage you, if you are starting your first or your next assisted living, get your butt out there, take some action, hit this idea of what we do with the Strategic 20. It's just relationships, right? It's not that scary. These people, they want to meet you. You are building a new assisted living in their area. You have their customers. They want to tour with you. They want to spend some time. It's never too early to do this. When we were first opening our first assisted living on Mesa, I couldn't even tour people through the building because there was nothing there. We had like just demoed it and it was just scraps. So it doesn't really matter. You can start early in your journey. You can start literally while you're raising money and say, hey, I'm going to be in these areas over here, right? I want to build relationships, especially hospice and home health. All the people in the industry, they want to meet you. So take massive action. This dream of opening your first assisted living mansion, it might be big, it might be scary, but I can tell you firsthand, you just break it into little bite-sized steps. The goal at the end, once you reach it, the time freedom, the financial freedom, the millions of dollars that you can build in equity in the real estate is for sure worth it. So thank you all so much. I will see you on the next one.